Greetings everyone, I am Giacomo Masi, Game Director of Shattered Heaven. Today I am here to show you a short playthrough from the first dungeon of the game. We are going to delve into Naraka, the land of the dead. This is the first of many missions assigned to our heroes during the story, to defeat the accursed betrayer who governs this fake paradise and has apparently granted a second life to the rotting corpses who inhabit Naraka. In this video, I am going to give you a brief explanation of mechanics and gameplay as we play, but of course this is not meant to be a full tutorial. In the next video, we will be focusing around the hub and the character customization through the skill tree and the deck building. Also, we will be avoiding any major spoilers regarding main story and characters. Now, we are going to start right as our heroes reach the entrance of Naraka. So, without further ado, let's go.
The landscape passing beneath them was alight with small refractions, each a gem embedded in stone. This was Sintamania, home of the pious tribe of Sentia, and a jewel at the gates of hell.
Look at all these sparkling stones. Oh, I would love to live here.
It's indeed a pleasure for the eyes.
Are you all right?
Keep quiet. We're entering the pit.
Every child knew that the hallowed chasm was to be revered as much as it was to be feared. A cursed place where dead souls gather, a grim sepulchre full of malicious energy, the reign of the treacherous queen. As they delved into darkness, their hearts tightened uneasily. But then there was a light and a gentle breeze. Under the descending pulley, a splendid plateau extended, as far as their gaze could reach.
What's this colorful rain? It's not ashes.
Flower petals. They are pretty, but completely useless.
Can I eat them?
No! We're in hostile territory. Everything you see here can hide a trap.
Indeed. As peaceful as this place might look, I feel like we are being watched.
As you can see, Andorra and the others are pretty confused about what's in front of them. Naraka seems like an ominous yet peaceful place, nothing like the terrible hell it was described to them before the mission. Of course, in the full game, you will find out the truth about what is really going up around here. But for now, let's take a quick look at what awaits us. In Shattered Heaven, dungeons are divided in floors. Each floor comes with different effects that you will discover as you explore. Of course, since this is the first dungeon you face during this main story mode, the current effect is a positive one, as to help you to get used to the fundamentals of the game. You will also enter a neutral card draft at the start of every dungeon. Neutral cards are a very flexible type of cards that will end up in your deck during exploration, after every battle and after certain events. Neutral cards will be removed from your deck at the end of the dungeon. And here we are. This is the dungeon map. Our objective is simple. We need to find the keys that unlock the exit. Let's start exploring. We immediately found a trap. Magni will take damage if we don't manage to avoid it. We can either try to disable it with a tool or try to evade it. Let's use the tool in this case. Trap evaded successfully. Nice. We found a common event. This type of events can lead to a positive or a negative outcome, or sometimes both. Will we get the loot? Well, we obtained some bones, the currency of this world. So far, so good. So let's go on to the next point. We have encountered a blasphemous event. These are twisted versions of normal events that can either inflict you with a harsh punishment or grant you better rewards at the cost of a greater risk. Let's try to win the loot, even if it will trigger a battle. Time to fight.
What? scared to face an Ashram warrior.
Andorra, the Ashram Vestal, is a nimble fighter that relies on unleashing as many attacks as possible in a turn. She cycles through her deck very quickly, thanks to her main keyword, Swift. As you can see from the ever chosen card, Swift allows you to discard one card to draw a new one. Her other unique keywords such as Overwhelm and Sinews allows her to power up and reduce the cost of her cards every time she triggers the keyword Swift with a card or a skill. The best way to understand Andorra is to see her in action. Let's start by discarding and drawing new cards by playing Ever Chosen, a zero cost card with Swift. We discarded a card, and now we play Beacon of Hope, buffing her damage and triggering Swift again. We still have 1 AP, so we attack and trigger Swift again. And we get another Ever Chosen card, doesn't hurt to play it. Now we can play our legendary card. It costs 0 AP and deals a lot more damage thanks to all the time we triggered Swift. As you can see, Andorra is very combo oriented. You will discover all of her tricks and advanced techniques in the full game. But it's time to talk about Magni now. Magni is Andorra's stalwart shield. He is a terrific warrior that relies on building up his rage by attacking enemies and protecting his allies. Rage allows him to use powerful skills that, unlike standard skills, don't rely on long cooldowns. Magni can also rely on powerful defensive buff, such as Protector, allowing him to protect his allies from direct damage while also taking less damage in the meantime. And thanks to the buff Riposte from this card, he will also counter enemy attacks immediately. We will see what happens later when the enemies attack.
But you want.
Last but not least, Ishana. She can summon a mysterious, hungry entity called Limodes and use her to unleash deadly carnage upon our foes. Most of Ishana's cards have two different effects. When Limodes is not on the field, Ishana deals less damage but gains thirst points. Once thirst points are available, Limodes will join the battle. When teamed up with her, Ishana's cards become way more powerful and inflict various effects at the cost of the thirst point we just gained. Ishana's other signature mechanic is Gouge. She can get rid of unwanted cards for the rest of the battle, making her very efficient when it comes to quickly going through her deck and leaving just the most powerful card. Let's trigger it through one of her skills, Fear Incarnate. And now that we got rid of this card for the rest of the battle, it's time to defeat our enemies.
I've had worse.
This smells so sweet.
Is this the best you can do?
Magni Protector is triggered. You can see how this prevents an enemy attack happening on Andorra. Victory is ours, and like mentioned before, we'll now get a new draft of neutral cards. There are countless card synergies for you to discover in the full game. You'll have to adapt each time since, as we mentioned before, the neutral cards will disappear at the end of each dungeon. Good. We have found the key to the exit gate. We can now go forward. Let's go this way. Oh, another normal event. Let's see if we can gain some extra loot. No luck, we got some nasty debuffs instead. Luckily, we have Scapegoat, a tool that will help us remove one of those negative effects. From finding treasures to debuff removal, there is a useful tool for almost everything inside Shattered Heaven. We have reached the Pyre of Vesta. This safe haven will allow your party a moment of respite. At the Pyre, you will be granted a number of Kindle points that you can spend in different ways. You can, for example, refill your healing potion, directly heal all of the party, draft new cards, or get rid of unwanted cards in a deck. Since we don't really need to heal, let's start by drafting. And now, let's get rid of a basic card. You will find a pyre on every floor, so make good use of it.
We have to save them.
And we will.
Missions are also an important aspect of battles. Better keep an eye on the top right corner of the screen. This time the mission is simple. We just have to clear the battle fast enough. Let's do it.
Rage fuels me.
Let's dance then.
One enemy down.
Do I look merciful to you?
Don't hold back, Shauna.
And the other one as well. We completed the mission. As you can see, we unlocked a reward. In this case, it's a trinket. We will be able to equip it when we get back to the Equinox Cathedral, the main hub of the game. Loot gained in the dungeon can't be used immediately. Now, let's proceed. We found an Arcana, an extremely powerful event that will grant us positive boons. Arcana are rare events, and you will discover ways to increase your chance of finding them during the game. Okay, we should avoid this trap and proceed towards the exit.
Onward, Thunderborns!
But not before fighting one last battle.
Don't hold back, Shauna.
My sin is my strength.
The smell so sweet.
Get behind me.
You're already dead.
And we are done. Now, we may be able to get back to the hub, where we will be getting all the loot of the dungeon, while also acquiring new cards and skills for each character. But we will be showing you how this works in another video. We will be releasing more content as we get closer to the early access release on Steam. Make sure to wishlist the game and follow us on our social medias. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.